What up, what up, what up, Mattlebees? It's 2022. We are super stoked to be in this new year. We just got back from our family's house. You all got to see all of that during Vlogmas. Hope you all enjoyed it. Today, we're actually going to be putting up our Christmas decorations.
Well, technically taking them down. We're not putting them up.
True.
They're already up.
They're already
They need
up.
to come down.
Yes, so we're going to be putting them down, putting our tree back in its little spot. It is a shelf, so we're going to be using it as a shelf now that it's no longer our Christmas tree.
I'm so excited for that, by the way.
And then we're also going to go over some of our 2022 goals with you all while we're putting stuff up. We are really excited about this year, like I mentioned, and we have a lot of goals to try and make 2022 as impactful as possible. You got to start with writing stuff down and having a plan, and then we're going to try and implement it this year.
So yeah,
Let's do it. One of the goals at the top of my list are actually fitness goals. I really just love moving my body in different shapes and different forms. Last November, actually, I started this thing where I was running 4 to 5 times a week on the weekdays. I took a break during Christmas and just wasn't really feeling like running while I was around family and all that good stuff. Now that we're back home, I've jumped right back into that routine, and I want to keep it going all year. 4 to 5 times a week, I want to be getting out there, running anywhere from 3 to 5 miles per day. That's one of my first fitness goals. There's just always room for improvement, you know? So that's what we're going for, is just being better than we were last year. And I think I have enough trees, so I'm gonna go take these to Shelby. I got trees.
they're multiplying.
Don't drop the trees.
I was talking about this on my Instagram. You might have seen that. The way I kind of like plan out my years and what my goals and intentions are, if you will, is typically I do this thing called the Artist of Life Workbook by Lavender, if any of you watch her here on YouTube. And what you do in the beginning of the book is you pick a theme for your year. I've picked really good themes throughout the years that I was actually really able to stick to, that really motivate me to do better and be better and all that kind of good stuff. And just really focus on areas of my life that I feel like need work, and like giving myself a theme to work on that mostly for the year really works for me. This year my theme is diversity. In a lot of ways that means in my career to think of myself as more than just a YouTuber, because I don't know if any of you have noticed, but with the way YouTube is trending, because short form content is becoming so popular and people's attention spans are just becoming shorter, being a YouTuber first is kind of hard. The landscape is just changing, and I want to diversify myself in that way. I also really want to read more, diversify my perspective and knowledge. That's a big part of why I chose the word diversify. And then just my energy. I feel like I give my energy to things that really just don't deserve as much of my energy as they get a lot of the time, so diversify where my energy goes. Those are kind of my 3 big pillars for the year. One of the goals, or I guess updates on a goal that you guys already know that we've had for a long time, is finally, after all the years that we've talked about it, moving back to Austin. That's a goal, right? It doesn't mean it's gonna happen, but we are now officially actively working towards moving back.
It's so crazy because I feel like we've been working towards this goal for such a long time, and the market, when we initially we're gonna do this in like 3 years, was so different than it is now. So we kind of have that working against us, but you know, we got to start talking to the bank and figuring all that stuff out so we could see about moving back.
Yeah, and we have some really fun and exciting like goals, or like, I guess you call them goals, like things we want to do with a home in Austin, if that makes sense. I don't want to talk about too much. Yeah, we're really excited about it and actively working towards it, and the goal is by the end of this year to be Austinites again.
Oh my gosh, I'm just processing. That's crazy.
Oh, I know. And I told you guys I'd keep you updated on when Brittany was fully moved out. She's not yet. She's supposed to be, but we came back from our parents' house after New Year's, and she was still here. And it's just been like this weird thing where I don't want to be like, hey, you didn't pay rent for January, but you're here. So I just wanted to let you guys know that that's the situation. She is still currently living here. The cats are all here, and I'll keep you updated on when she officially leaves.
Yeah.
The wreaths, I actually, every year, I just put them outside on a bush that's in our front yard because they have these little like metal cages that you need to wait to, basically for this to break down so that you can reuse the cage. And if you just leave it outside, it'll break down eventually. It still smells so freaking good. That one is regular pine. This one is cedar, which also smells pretty good. But we'll just leave them sitting out basically right here in front of the house until they break down.
I'm gonna do the same thing with the garland stuff because everything has got to go back to Mama Earth. We'll get it off of this shelf here and there will be so many needles that'll come off in the process, I'm sure. I've collected as much garland as I can carry because I have to carry you two to come along with me. But I wanted to talk to you all about my theme of my goals for this year are actually to be more intentional and to be more decisive. So what that means, I'll relate it to one of my other goals actually, is I've always said I want to be fluent in Spanish, right? I'm just throwing this stuff out here right now. There it is. But here we are. I am still not. This is a goal that I've had on my list like on and off since high school. And I just want to get better about like practicing it. It's not like I'm anywhere near fluent, but I should be trying to put together at least sentences to try and form paragraphs and like that whole spiel, you know? Which I've already had a couple of opportunities to. We had some people come in and working on our house the other day to help us out with some maintenance, and one of them actually didn't speak English, and I missed the opportunity because I just was being so indecisive on like, I don't know if I should use it or not use it, and I don't know. Something I need to work on, and I'm really gonna try and be more intentional about actually practicing when I'm in opportunities like that where I can use it. I'm gonna take a quick pause from doing the decorations because it's actually about to be like dark. So we gotta go in here and put the chickens up because we wouldn't want anything to get them at night.
Dougie, Dougie. Look at her, look at her.
There's Douglas, our favorite chicken. Where you going, Doug? Doug, it's okay. It's okay. She's so dramatic. We didn't raise them from chicks. We actually got them from an animal sanctuary. They were not raised being pet, but I still try and pet her every now and then. But when they're in like good spots where they can't move away too fast, oh, you can get them. Look at that.
Miss Val, you okay? She's like, I gotta get down. I'll help you. Miss Val is a big chicken, and so she's very hard to grab her without, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
She's very hard to grab without her flapping away, because you don't want to grab them too tight, but she's so complicated.
She is.
Pretty Val.
Oh, there she go, hauling. The garden is also a mess.
It's a disaster.
It's crazy. Everything is dead. I'm just thinking back to our garden video where everything was flourishing and beautiful, and now I just look out here and everything is dark and crispy and crunchy.
Did you tell them about we haven't told them about this. We should definitely tell them. It's big news.
Yes, we are very excited about it. As you can see here, the trees are trimmed. How exciting. So hopefully we won't get a crap ton of leaves dumped in our yard like we do every year. Like literally, look at our yard. It's insane. It's literally just full of leaves.
To be fair, leaves are good for the garden. It just gets a little overwhelming. Like I think we have enough now.
Yes. Enough slices!
Exactly. That's Miss Oreo waiting for her dinner.
Did Douglas already run in?
Yeah, she went to bed. Miss Oreo, what are you doing?
You want to go to bed now?
She's like, I'll go. She wants worms. Oh, Dougie does too. No worms?
They went by themselves.
Oh, what if they're not gonna go anymore because they're like, oh, last time that bitch didn't give me nothing. We give them a little bit. We definitely know which one of the moms will spoil the children in the future. But maybe you guys can't tell. Let me know which one you think it'll be.
Yeah, I see what she did. She came in the house and started talking smack. I don't know why Shelby acts like I don't edit these vlogs. Vote for me as the mom who would definitely spoil the kids in the future. Below. We are basically an animal sanctuary.
Stop.
We got the chickens from the animal sanctuary, but our backyard is full of chickens and cats and anything else you can
That's
think of
it.
that
Chickens and
runs around
cats.
in the middle of the night. It's a whole community.
You gotta separate them, you know. Oh.
Hi, dog. I know you love being pet, Douglas. It's okay.
She's so noisy.
It's okay, doggy. Yeah, I know. Yes. Whoa! She stumbled.
It's okay, Doug.
Okay, we'll give you some. Now, not in the cup. You are impatient today. Look at her. Get you some, girl. Ooh, she'd be crunching. She likes it. Oh, it's already gone. Girl, is you hungry? I'll give you a little something. There you go, homie. But we put some in this part of the coop so that they can have like separate quarters, because Dougie is a food bully. She's so rude all the time. Val will just be jiving, doing her thing. Dougie runs up, tries to eat everything.
Babe, go give her some before Dougie eats all of hers and steals the rest. Oh, Douglas is over there now. And I've seen you guys ask questions about the balls before. It's basically just to put treats in for them. What the heck are you doing on the ground?
I had to get her balls like in the corner.
Basically, it's just to put treats in there so it can keep them occupied and entertained so that they don't run around like trying to take treats from each other. It seems to work out really well at night to get them to go to bed. Damn, babe.
Guess I don't know my own strength.
And all of our solar lights everywhere. Someone knocked this one down, I guess. I don't know if this one works anymore. It might need to be cleaned right here. Now for the mongrels. Look at Miss Oreo being so sweet and patient. And Miss Turtle's butt right there. Ditto!
All of these critters, I will say, are TNR'd. We took them and got them fixed at like the beginning of the panini, because this one over here, the calico, is actually the mom. That's one of her babies over there.
Miss Oreo?
And she had a litter because we just didn't get to her in time. So after we saw that she was capable of having one litter, we were like, obviously she's not fixed. So we took her and got her fixed. No more kittens. And in case you happen to see this in the background at any point in time, that my basket wall is partially fallen, just ignore it. They are continuously falling, suspiciously when we're not here, need I add. Like, all of those fell while we were gone for vacation, while Brittany and Cameron were here, and I just haven't had time to fix it yet. I've been reusing this same little thing the last couple years, and I just take it down very gently, put it in the junk drawer, as we call it, until the next year when we put it back up. Oh yeah, look at that. Nice and clean. There's no other way to hang anything on the mantle because you can't screw into it. Anyway, let's talk about some other goals I have for the new year, and I'd also love to hear yours in the comments. I know some people are super like, I don't know, a lot of people are kind of like anti New Year's goals. Oh, you guys, the coloring, oh my god, just give me one moment. Okay, that's better. This is the junk drawer, by the way. Since all of my goals kind of fall under diversify, like I said, and one of the ways I mean that is my energy, which basically it applies in a few different ways that I came up with working through the Artist of Life workbook. But one of the ways is really to focus less on things that bother me about other people that I can't fix. I'm gonna be 29 in a couple weeks, which is pretty crazy. And I feel like I am at the stage in my life where I want to be done living with other people. And I want to be done living for other people and doing things because I think I'm supposed to, or because someone's gonna get mad at me if I do or don't do something. And I just want to stop giving energy to all of those things. And one of the big things I noticed is that I let people irritate me way too easily. And one of my goals for the new year is to figure out how to fix that. It's a really abstract goal, and I don't know when I'll be able to say like I've reached it. I don't even really know exactly how to work towards it. That's one of my biggest goals for the year, is just to stop letting things other people do and say about me and to me impact me so much. And definitely one of the things I'm gonna do here probably this week is get into my own personal therapy sessions again. And I think that'll be a big part of it to help me reach that goal. And I guess that in general, like restarting therapy is a goal in and of itself. Another one of my goals, you know, maybe I'm being a little overambitious, but in my head, I'm just following my theme. And one of the things that I really have wanted to do for a long time, and I feel like it was part of my goal whenever my year was balanced, which was 2020, but we see what happened in 2020, which really put a damper on this, but it's to create more community, like to become more a part of something bigger than myself. Like, I know some people, if they follow me for like the environmental sustainable stuff, you know, that I do online, might think that I'm doing more than the average person. And like, I've heard that before. When I'm hard on myself, I'll be like, I really want to do more. I feel like I should be doing more. And people will be like, you're already doing so much. But to me, it just doesn't feel like it. And so one of the things I've wanted to do is like either join organizations or be on like a board for the city or just things like that. And that was my goal, like I said, back in 2020. But obviously people stopped meeting in person, and it became very difficult to do that back then. It's a little bit easier now, but I think it's gonna be even easier depending on how quickly we end up, if we end up being able to move back to Austin, because San Antonio, while it's
felt like home in this house. It's never felt like home, like, because I knew we were leaving. I knew the goal was to leave. So it felt kind of different to like try to join different groups and stuff like that here. I still tried, but obviously it was very difficult. And so my hope for this year, that's kind of like part of diversifying my energy, is like to give more energy to things in person. Like I want to do a clothing swap this year. I'd really love to join, like I said, an organization or be on a board of some sort. I'd really love to do more meetups. Hi, you. Things like that. Just diversify where my time and my energy goes. So fingers crossed that works out.
This is going a lot better than I thought it would as far as how quickly we're getting everything done. I just took the garland off of the mantle here. There's like little debris and stuff, so I'm gonna sweep that all off. My next goal, which is around financial planning, I guess you would say. I really was heavily impacted, I think, by my mom and how she handled finances. And what I mean by that is we grew up very poor. We did not have a lot. She didn't really have a retirement and didn't think about our future really at all. I didn't like growing up like that. It was very uncomfortable. So I have a goal to be maxing out my Roth IRA, which for those of you that don't know, a Roth IRA is an investment account. You're taxed now instead of taxed later, and it's more beneficial because when you're younger, you're usually in a lower tax bracket, so that income is being taxed at that like salary that you're making, which is super helpful. The max on that is 6 grand, which we ain't balling up in here, so that's a legit goal for me. And then my other goal when it comes to finances revolves around maxing out my health savings account that I have access to through work. And again, it's just another investment tool where you can actually set aside money that you're going to use for medical expenses and have that in an investment account too. And my goal is to max that out so that if I have any issues now or in the future, we have a little pot, hopefully, where if we break a leg, because we're in America and stuff is expensive, we have a little bit of money to dip into and we're just not completely out of luck. Financial goals for the win.
Can you guys tell which one of us is more financially forward?
I try. It's hard though. I mean, but I do my best. I also am upping another, I don't know if you really call this a goal or more of an expectation, but I know I'm supposed to be getting a raise at like my job this year. So I'm going to be upping my 401k, which is another investment thing, from 10% to 15% because I should be getting a decent raise. So instead of, you know, getting all flashy and balling out, we gonna save a little bit. Also, sorry for this angle being terrible. I just realized that you all can see the whole mantle, but it's because I was cleaning the mantle, so that's totally why I set you back there. But it's okay.
And sadly, we had a goal this year of hitting 20K by the end of the year. We literally came up a little less than 100 subscribers short of 20K.
I was so sad, like the days leading up to the end of the year, I was like, we're so close, but we're not gonna make it. Even with Vlogmas and posting every day, we did not hit that goal of hitting 20K on the vlog channel.
But we're gonna be approaching it very soon. And like I was telling you guys earlier, YouTube has just really changed a lot with the introduction of shorts and them wanting to really promote those things, which is fine. I mean, you know, you have to adapt with what the platforms that you depend on are doing. But yeah, it just made meeting that goal kind of hard this year. So what are your goals for the channel this year?
Well, my goals for the channel this year are actually pretty, I don't know, they're pretty contingent on TikToks and like reels or shorts or whatever you want to call them. But like Shelby was saying, YouTube is kind of changing. People's attention span is changing. People like shorter content, and you can also get shorter content out to the masses. So one of my goals is going to try and be to get at least 2 shorts, reels, whatever out a month, because that's really how people are driving traffic to YouTube channels now. Like, people are seeing a TikTok, and the TikTok, it's like follow my YouTube video or whatever, or you end up following their creator on TikTok and then you go to their bio and it's talking about following their YouTube channel. And that I feel like is gonna help pivot the growth on this channel to what my goal for it is for this year. I'm gonna keep it kind of conservative and go with 35. We literally should be hitting 20K in like maybe a week or so. We're so close. When you get so close, I don't know if anybody else is guilty of this, but I'll like refresh. I'm like, oh, we just lost one. We just lost a subscriber. But we are so close to hitting that goal. But yeah, 35 is where I'd like to be. Just nice slow growth is what I'm shooting for. And I gotta learn how to shake it on TikTok or do something. I don't know what my content over there is gonna be. You do not have
to shake it to make TikTok content.
Shelby says I don't gotta shake it to make it, but I gotta figure out something to like just give people's attention. So those are the YouTube / social media goals for this year. I don't know if I have an Instagram like target. I just kind of really like posting pictures, but Instagram is not just a photo sharing platform anymore. I don't know, dude. It's wild. It's like just when I start to like pick up YouTube and I'm like, okay, I got it. I can have a 9 to 5 and do YouTube. It's like have a 9 to 5, do YouTube, make some reels and shorts. I'm like, just don't get overwhelmed.
Content creation quickly becomes a full-time job.
Yeah, but right now I'm still rocking it, still having a lot of fun creating for you all. As much as it's fun for me to create for you, we also love like just sitting back and having our memories to look at. We had a really good travel year this year, even with all things considered. We went to a lot of dope places, and now we could just look back on stuff and have that forever.
I'll also say all of the travel you saw this year was a direct result of my theme for 2021 being experience. So like I told you, my theme for this year is diversify. Last year it was experience. So
experience. Last year I didn't have a theme, but I'm trying to go with a theme. We'll see how it goes.
It is time to put the tree into the garage so that it can serve its purpose as a shelf until next December. Wait, stop.
Oh.
This is not good.
Hop, 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 hop. Ready? Hop, 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 hop. Oh, when you...
Oh.
Just such an awkward object.
I know.
Yes, honey, look at that fish.
So while we're still in this house, we're just gonna use the shelf to store stuff in the garage because we don't really have space or like a place I really want to have it in the house. But who knows, it could serve a purpose in our next house as a plant shelf. It's just to be determined. Oh, okay. Speaking of the garage, probably one of the next videos you're gonna see is us cleaning it out. So I've got some requests from you guys asking if we were gonna do the minimalism challenge this year or the, what was it called last year, babe? The less is now or something?
Less is now decluttering challenge.
Yeah. We're not doing that. Our house is like in pretty good shape. There's no way we could declutter that many things as easily as we did last year because I think because we've done it a couple times, we've gotten into the habit of figuring out like things we do and don't need. And also like just moving things in and out throughout the year is needed and not just piling it up, all with the exception of the garage. And even the garage I think is gonna be fine because still in there right now is Brittany's stuff. I'm so curious to see what the garage will look like after all of her stuff is out. And then we definitely still have a decent amount of like stuff in there that needs to be organized. I don't really know about decluttered, but that'll be probably one of the next videos you see tackling the garage. Tree put up in the garage, check. Plants put back on the wall, coming up.
Mr. Joe. Well, Joe. Joe. Why? Huh? So cute.
Thank you.
Our living room has returned back to its natural state. Look at the mantle, nothing is there. The tree is put away and Tippy is perusing around. One of the things we actually did when we got home was ran and checked the P.O. box. We were gone for like 2.5 weeks. So I'm pretty sure this was meant to be like a Christmassy type gift. Usually when I go check the P.O. box, it's just like shell bizzle. But this one, I just got so excited. Like the look on my face was very just magical because it said Shelbi Madison, which means someone hooked it up. Someone hooked it up. This is a gift from Ellie. So we got that right there. Thank you so much for the gift. Get it open, see what we got. The unboxing. Y'all didn't know this was an unboxing video, did you? We love to see the wrapping as well. Gold star. It says the Spice House. Okay. I like spices. I like, you know, season my food up and all that good stuff. Let's see. Let's open it up. I have a feeling this is a reused box too, so it might not actually be spices. Let's see. Whoa, dude, this is legit. This is really cool. I love that it's like this dark black color, and I'm gonna go ahead and guess that you made this yourself. And there's just no better gift than one that you sit down and you take the time to make yourself with your own hands. Super cool. There's also a note in the box. Get out of there. The note says, hey, Shelbi and Madison, my name is Ellie. My focus medium is ceramics, which we all know can be a super wasteful. Was inspired by your channel to think of ways I could lower the waste at school. I noticed so many clay scraps were going to waste, so I decided to make you a spoon rest out of this recycled clay. I hope you get lots of use out of this. Thank you for inspiring me. From Ellie.
Wait, it's a spoon rest?
Oh, Shelbi chiming in from the couch.
Sorry, I've never had one. And people...
Hold on.
I've never had one before, and when people come over, they're always like, why don't you have a spoon rest? And I've always thought about getting one. That's actually really functional, Ellie. I love that.
We love to see it.
That's so cool, and it's black, so it'll blend in with our stovetop.
Yeah.
Very nice.
That's dope. Very cool gift. We appreciate you so much. All right, guys, thanks for hanging with us. That is a wrap for this week, and until next week, we'll catch you later, Maddlebees.